This is Simon Blake, and there's a lot to learn together. Emotions are the key to acting, music, art, and expressions. Most confuse their feelings for being emotions, when emotions are deeper. I like listening to really cool music and definitely support the light use of alcohol when needed because emotions can go deep. And that is nothing to be ashamed of. I can't even tell you the types of dreams I've had after really activating my emotions during my own personal acting practice. Oh, by the way, I've studied over 8,000 acting classes after I was personally trained for film acting for years before. So let's learn. If you're reading any of my books, all this information will also fit with it. Today's topic is about the top 3 emotions. The top 3 emotions are happiness or joy, sadness, and anger. Happiness or joy. Happiness or joy is a positive emotion characterized by feelings of pleasure, contentment, and well-being. It often arises when we experience something rewarding, fulfilling, or pleasing, such as achieving a goal, receiving good news, or sharing a special moment with loved ones. Joy can also emerge spontaneously, like during moments of laughter or when we see something beautiful. This emotion is essential for our mental health because it promotes connection, gratitude, and resilience. People feel happiness when they accomplish a long-term goal, receive praise, or simply enjoy fulfilling relationships. For example, a student who wins a scholarship, a parent watching their child graduate, or friends sharing laughter during a fun outing all experience happiness because their needs for achievement, love, or belonging are met. Sadness. Sadness is a natural, often unavoidable emotion associated with feelings of loss, disappointment, or helplessness. It is a response to situations that threaten our emotional well-being, such as losing a loved one, experiencing failure, or facing rejection. Sadness allows us to process grief and reflect deeply on our experiences, often leading to personal growth or a reassessment of priorities. For instance, people feel sadness when they miss an opportunity, when relationships end, or when they confront life's hardships. Though uncomfortable, sadness plays a vital role in emotional health by helping us confront reality, seek comfort, and rebuild resilience. A person grieving the death of a family member, someone rejected by a friend, or an individual facing a failure at work all experience sadness because their emotional needs, attachment, validation, or achievement, are temporarily unmet or challenged. Anger is an intense emotional response to perceived threats, injustices, or frustration. It often stems from feelings of unfairness, helplessness, or violation of personal boundaries. Anger can motivate us to address problems, defend ourselves, or seek justice. For example, someone might feel angry when they are unfairly accused, when they witness cruelty, or when their efforts are ignored or dismissed. Anger helps alert us to danger or injustice, acting as a catalyst for change or action. However, unmanaged anger can also be destructive if expressed aggressively or uncontrollably. People experience anger as a reaction to situations that threaten our sense of fairness, safety, or self-worth, such as being treated unfairly at work, experiencing betrayal, or facing ongoing stressors. These 3 emotions, happiness, sadness, and anger, are fundamental to our human experience. They influence how we interpret events, interact with others, and navigate life's challenges. Understanding why people feel these emotions helps us better manage our emotional responses and empathize with others' feelings. Whether celebrating success, mourning loss, or confronting injustice, these emotions shape our personal growth, relationships, and resilience. Now, remember to visit me at emotionalpreparation.com, and let's keep learning together. It is incredibly important to, well, there are a lot of great things. Now let's talk about how actors can find and release emotions like happiness, sadness, and anger. For actors, tapping into genuine emotions such as happiness, sadness, and anger is fundamental to delivering authentic performances. The challenge lies not only in accessing these feelings convincingly, but also in managing and releasing them after the scene or performance is complete. Here are effective strategies actors use for emotional discovery and release. Finding the emotions for acting is very important. You can use inner recall and personal connection. Actors often draw upon personal experiences that mirror the emotional state required for their role. For example, recalling a joyful moment in their own life can evoke genuine happiness, while remembering a personal loss may bring forth sadness. By vividly recalling sensory details, sights, sounds, or feelings, actors can spark authentic emotions aligned with their character. You can use imaginary situations and visualization or daydreaming. Using visualization techniques, actors imagine themselves in the scene's circumstances. For sadness, they might picture a specific event like losing a loved one. For anger, confronting a perceived injustice. This creates an emotional experience rooted in imagination, which the actor can modulate and deepen. Stimulating physical and sensory responses is also important to know. Sometimes physical actions or sensory stimuli help access emotions. For instance, clenching fists or deep breathing can foster anger or tension, while gentle physical movements may evoke calm or joy. Engaging senses, like recalling a favorite scent or a comforting touch, can trigger natural emotional responses. Substitution and empathy are both incredible. Actors often substitute the character's situation with their own similar experiences. For example, imagining a betrayal during a scene about trust can generate anger or sadness. Empathy exercises deepen emotional immersion, allowing genuine reactions to surface. Now releasing and managing emotions are important so your emotions don't stay activated after your acting scenes. Controlled rehearsal and emotional boundaries will help you. Once the scene concludes, actors use physical and mental techniques to detach from the intense emotions they access. Deep breathing, stretching, or grounding exercises help dispel residual feelings and restore emotional balance. Setting emotional boundaries during rehearsal is essential so that feelings don't linger outside the performance. Consider using mindfulness and grounding techniques. Practicing mindfulness, focusing on the present moment, helps actors detach from the emotional energy they've invoked. They might focus on physical sensations like feeling their feet on the ground, or use affirmations to reinforce emotional boundaries. That was just acting, or it's time to let go. Releasing through physical movement is an option. Physical activities such as shaking, jumping, or shaking out tension can help release pent-up emotions. These movements act as a reset button, flushing out excess energy and preventing emotional carryover. Expressive journaling or reflection can help you keep track of your internal self and activations. Some actors use journaling to reflect on the emotions they've accessed. Writing down feelings helps externalize and process them logically, aiding in releasing emotional residue. Engaging in post-scene relaxation will help you as well. Hobbies like meditation, listening to calming music, or focusing on a relaxing visualization can help soften intense feelings. Creating a ritual of emotional release after performances keeps the actor balanced and emotionally healthy. In conclusion, then we will wrap up for the day. Accessing emotions like happiness, sadness, and anger is a vital part of truthful acting. Mastering the art of finding and immersing oneself in these feelings, then carefully releasing them afterward, is essential to maintain emotional well-being and authenticity. Through a combination of personal recall, visualization, physical grounding, and mindfulness, actors sustain their craft while preserving their mental health, ensuring that their performances remain powerful without long-lasting emotional tolls. Remember, this is Simon Blake, and there's a lot to learn together here and on emotionalpreparation.com. If you're reading any of my books, all this information will also fit with it. Here are 3 examples of each emotion: happiness/joy, sadness, and anger in acting scenes. Let's look at examples of happiness or joy. A character reunites with a loved one after years apart, expressing overwhelming happiness through tears, laughter, and warm embraces. A scene where a protagonist celebrates a personal victory, such as achieving a lifelong goal or overcoming a challenge, showing excitement and relief through smiling and energetic movements. An actor portraying a child experiencing the thrill of opening a gift or discovering a new world, full of wonder and contagious enthusiasm. Let's look at examples of sadness. A character mourning the loss of a loved one, conveying deep grief through quiet tears, trembling voice, and a slow, dejected posture. A scene where a person faces rejection or failure, expressing disappointment and heartbreak, perhaps through slumped shoulders, a sad tone of voice, and distant gaze. An actor portraying a mother or father watching their child leave home for the first time, capturing a bittersweet mix of pride and sorrow. Let's look at examples of anger. A heated argument between characters where one feels betrayed or wronged, showing anger through clenched fists, raised voice, and intense facial expressions. A scene depicting social injustice or discrimination where a character's rage boils over, expressing it with shouting, aggressive gestures, and confrontational body language. An actor portraying a person lashing out in frustration during a moment of personal or professional failure, demonstrating anger through sharp movements and loud, forceful speech. Now, for the conclusion. Emotions are the essence of authentic acting. When actors genuinely experience and express feelings such as joy, sadness, anger, or vulnerability, they bring their characters to life in a way that feels believable and relatable. Real emotion creates a deep connection between the performer and the audience, allowing viewers to feel what the characters are going through instead of simply observing a performance. This emotional truth fosters empathy, engagement, and trust, transforming a scripted scene into a powerful moment of shared human experience. Without genuine emotion, acting risks becoming superficial or mechanical, failing to evoke the same depth of response from viewers. It is the actor's ability to access and communicate true feelings that makes their portrayal compelling and real, elevating their craft from mere performance to a vehicle for storytelling that resonates on a profound level. Ultimately, emotions are what turn words, gestures, and actions into authentic expressions of the human condition, making acting not just believable, but truly impactful.